Hey guys, what's up? It's Cow. I've had a few requests on what kind of add-ons I use for my UI and how I set them up. So I decided to make a quick little video. Well, not quick. It's going to be probably like 15 minutes long. But I'm going to go over all my add-ons and try to go over as much of the settings as I can. I'm not going to go too much in depth on everything because I don't want this video to be too long. If you do have questions about anything that I'm going to talk about, make sure to leave comments or let me know on Twitter. I'll get to all that later as I tongue-tie myself. Okay, let's hop into my first add-on, which if you guys are in my stream, you pretty much never see my chat windows. But the add-on I use for my chat is Chatter. So if I type /chatter, bring up the settings for it, you will notice that I do have two chat windows. The one on the bottom is... Actually, let me start with the one on the top. Top one I have separated because if I'm sitting in trade and having everything go through one chat window, I lose conversations. So I moved my guild chat and all my whispers to that top window. So you see my guild is up here and not down here, as apparently Oga's getting screwed in Cleft of Shadows. But yeah, all my guild chat and whispers come through the top window so I don't lose them if I have to refer back to them. And on the bottom is everything else: trade, party, raid, /say, /yell, all that junk. Alright. And the good thing about Chatter is you can, if you have to like try to copy someone's name or copy anything, you can just right click one of the tabs and go to copy text. Move this out of the way and highlight anything you want and /copy and paste to whatever. Like if someone has a screwed up character in their name, you can't type it, or you don't know how to type it, you can always just highlight it and paste it. Alright, and also the edit box, which is the thing, the box you type in, is movable. So you can move it to wherever you want pretty much. Free floating locked is what I have it on right now. You can either click it to the top or to the... Nope, wrong button. To the bottom of your chat window. Or you can move it to wherever you want. Like if you want in the middle of your screen, you can put it there, wherever you want. I just have it right above my chat window, so it's not in the way, not completely out of the way. Just where I like it to be. Also, a couple more cool features about Chatter. Invite links. This is pretty cool, not needed all the time, but like if someone whispers you like invite me to a group, you don't have to like right click their name and hit invite. So if anyone like types INV or invite like that, you can literally just click on it and it'll invite them. Not that important, but pretty cool. One more thing I want to talk about before I get to the last thing on Chatter. Link hover could be useful if you don't want to click on stuff, but if you're like scrolling through chat and scroll over a bunch of things and like shit just pops up in your chat, it can be quite annoying. But if you're too lazy to click, you can do that. I don't like it that much because too much stuff goes through my screen when I scroll down chat. And last thing I want to talk about Chatter, just something I personally like, timestamps. Don't know why, I just like to know when people say what they say. And kind of like a little game in my head too, because like if someone asks me a question or if I ask someone a question, I know how long it takes them to respond, even if I'm AFK. So it's pretty cool. There's a whole mess of options in Chatter. If you just see like channel colors, channel names, chat font size, all that stuff. So if you like playing around with it, get the settings the way you like it. My settings are pretty simple, nothing out of the ordinary. Alright, so that's enough with Chatter. Moving on to the next. I'll move on to the big black bar you see at the bottom of my screen. That is actually the add-on Skinner. Now, my guildies make fun of me for this all the time when I stream. Is they're like, oh, big black bar, Why the hell is it a big black bar? It's so stupid. But to the contrary, a couple people in my stream have actually really liked that black bar. So, F you, guildies. JK. No, but anyway. The really good thing about Skinner is... Let me find it, where is it? Okay, the viewpoint, or the viewport. Now, I have viewport enabled, obviously, which is the main reason I have Skinner. So if I click viewport off, that's what the screen normally looks like. Right, you see how the black bar is now chopping off the bottom of my screen, and it's not as widescreen as it was before. So viewport show on, you can mess around with the viewport bottom. That's what the bottom is. Bottom, there's also a top version, or a top button, top frame. You can put that on or off. I just have the bottom on, but yeah, you can scale it down or scale it up to extreme, so you have a lot of room on the sides. It does scrunch your screen up a little bit, but I would rather much see what's around me and still see the same amount of room top to bottom, even if it is a little scrunched. So let me put that back to the settings that it was. There's a whole bunch more of options in Skinner. I really just have it for that, so I'm not an expert on Skinner. It's just one of the main things in my UI that a lot of people talk about. Give me 1 second. Alright, and next I will move on to my map. Probably everyone has Sexy Map as their map, so I'm not going to go too far in depth. Let's go over some of my settings on it. Buttons. A lot of your add-on buttons will go around your mini-map, as most of you know. There's 3 options to show them always, like the clock. I always have showing. Show them on hover, or never show them. Most of mine, I think all of mine, are on hover, except for my clock. Yeah, okay. So that's that. Also, one cool feature I like about Sexy Map is ping. Now, you know, like if you're in a raid and someone is just fucking around pinging all over the map? Well, with Sexy Map, if you have ping show inside chat or on minimap, I prefer inside chat because it doesn't go away. If you show it on minimap, yeah, it shows, but it eventually goes away. Like that, it just shows on top, and then it disappears. But if someone's fucking around, you can call them out on it, and they'll be like, it's not me. And you can be like, yeah, it is. Just something that I like. Because back in Wrath, we had a fucking lot of tards who just like to ping for no reason, and it was really annoying. We got coordinates. Has different borders. What? No, what? Oh, where's the presets? Presets. This is the presets. A whole bunch of different. I'm not gonna change it because then I have to find out the one that Actually, I can do it. Okay. That's the one that Sexy Map comes with. That's the first thing. Or the... What's the word? I don't know the word. It's just what it comes with automatically. Whatever that word is. And you can change it to all different kinds. You know, just pick whichever one you like the best. I think mine is just simple square. Nope. Wood framed, that's what it was. Nope. Fuck. Rustic. There we go, okay. Whew, got scared there for a second. But yeah, that's a simple add-on. Everyone pretty much knows how to do it, so I'm not going to go too far in depth on that. Next I'll move on to my totem add-on, Totem Timers, which probably will become obsolete with MOP. But since it is part of my UI right now, I'll go over it really quick. Totem Timers options are all down here. You got a whole mess of options. It's like the font you like to see, and like the timer options, minutes and seconds. Where is that? Timer's right here, okay. So it's enabled. You can select which order you want the buttons to be in, if you want them horizontal or vertically. Where is it? I have the time style, minutes, seconds, or if you just want the regular Blizz style, which is minutes and then goes down to seconds once it's under a minute. I prefer minutes and seconds just because it's more information that I like to see. And the only other feature other than the totems, I'll drop them just so you can see. Here. All my totems and the time below it. Only other option other than the totem bar that I use is the trackers for my weapon buffs. That's the only other thing I have enabled. Earth shield tracker. I don't know why that's on. But that's really the only other thing I have to track. Has every buff from Wind Fury, Rockbiter, Earth Living, Flame Tongue, you know all the buffs. Also, cool thing about this is, I think it comes like this automatically, or you have to set it up. I honestly don't remember. Just double left click to set it to Wind Fury, Flame Tongue for Enhance, so you don't have to like click Wind Fury and then click Flame Tongue and move your mouse. Just a cool little feature that I thought was pretty cool. Again, don't know if I set it up that way or it actually comes that way. I'm pretty sure it comes that way, but don't quote me on it. If I'm wrong, do not find me and kick the crap out of me. There's also warnings you can have for totem expirations. Those I didn't turn off. I just left them as is. Enhanced cooldowns. If you want, like, pops up something in the middle of the screen. I honestly don't know. I really don't use this side of totem timers. While I'm on the timing, a lot of people have asked me the numbers inside my action bars, like when I hit anything. I'm gonna kill this bug. As you see, there's a countdown to how long it is till it's off cooldown. That is called Omni CC. It's a pretty cool add-on, rather than just the spinny Blizzard UI thing, where it doesn't tell you how many seconds left. It just, you know, winds down like a clock. Pop my wolves. See, I have a minute and 55 seconds left, so I know exactly when it's gonna come off cooldown, so I can spam it. That's it for Omni CC. Let me move to my action bars. My action bar add-on is called Dominoes. I know a lot of people use Bartender. I think 4 it's on now. Bartender or Dominoes. I personally like Dominoes. I've been using it ever since Burning Crusade. Very simple to use. Got your configure bars, bind your keys. I have a bunch of keys binded, like mostly everybody does. You can choose to show the text bindings, macro text, a whole bunch of options. Configure bars, size, how many buttons you want to be, how tall you want it to be. Like you can make it 12 long with just 1, or 6 long with one on top of each other for like 2, something like that. I'll actually show you that right now. Hang on, like this. This is 6 by 2. So if you just want a different size, just gives you a whole bunch of options to use as I turn myself around. Alright, and you can also, there's a whole bunch of different modifiers up here. The only thing that I actually know how to do is show states. You can set it to where it's hiding unless you hit a button or something like that. I haven't messed around with that in a while, so I'm not going to go into depth about that. But if you want, check it out, see if you can mess around with it. If you prefer like a couple of your bars not showing unless you like hit Control or Alt or something, or if like you enter combat, you want like certain bars to go away, simple stuff like that. I got your main simple cast bar that I disabled because I have another cast bar add-on that I will get to in a second. Menus and bags that I have hidden because I just use keybinds for them. Pet, XP, your role, vehicle, and extra action button, and the Blizzard totems that I have disabled because I have totem timers. Alright, that's it for Dominoes. Let's move on down the line. Grid is my raid frame add-on. A lot of people use Grid. Healers use Voodoo, Healbot, Blizzard UI. Any of them are good. I just like Grid because I like the way it looks. Tried Healbot when I had an off-spec, healing off-spec in Wrath. Really didn't like it. Tried Voodoo. Really didn't like it. Tried Grid. Works out for me. So a whole bunch of options. The layout, solo layout by 5. Select the raid sizes you'd like. A whole bunch of options there. Group by 15, with pets, without pets, all that jargon. Battleground layout. If you do any type of battleground, you can... Oh, actually, I'll let you know this. If you do have battleground layout by a group of 40, if you go into like a Warsong Gulch or anything with less than 40, it will expand to 40 people and like just cut off whatever you have on the side of it. If you have anything on the side of it. Like if I go into a battleground like AV or La Conquest, most of my damage chart will be covered. I really don't care to change it, just because I never think to change it. So keep that in mind if you do go with grid and have that set up like that. Not really that important, just might annoy people. You got groups if you want them horizontally or vertical. I like vertical, just my own opinion. You can have a whole bunch of options to show up. If like someone has a certain buff, you can set that to where it has like a little box in the corner or something like that. Very, very customizable. Also, if you do have grid and you can heal at all, get grid click sets. Pretty much, so you don't have to like click on somebody and then like click a heal. Just hover over them, click, and it'll heal. Set up left mouse button. I don't use most of these. I just have shift left click as healing surge, right click as greater healing wave, middle click as chain heal, and that's actually it, because that's all I use. Obviously, when mop comes out, I'll only need to use chain heal and possibly healing rain, but I have that on my action bars right over there, so that's not going to be an issue. But yeah, if you do get grid, make sure you get grid click sets, even if like you're a DK and you can battle res somebody, so you don't have to click them and then click your battle res. Just hover over them, bind a key to it, instant res. Alright, so that is my grid. Close that out. Right, and now on to my SCADA. Was using Recount for the longest time. Recently switched to SCADA less than 2 weeks ago, literally. Pretty much main reason why I switched to it is because I can have two meters, one for damage and one for healing, so I can see how well the healers are doing and how well the DPS are doing. Because with Recount, you can only have that 1 meter, and you can switch between damage and healing, but you'd have to click, and you really can't do it mid-fight unless it's a really boring fight. So with this, I never have to switch. It's very easy. Just configure. It's like a new segment or something, or configure. Of course, I have to go and find it now. SCADA. I totally forgot how to do it. Okay, well, there is a way to do it. I'm drawing a blank right now, which I probably should have figured that out before I went and started this video. But yeah, I know there is a way to do it. I want to find out. Windows, create new window. Okay, I'm retarded. Create new window. Name it whatever you want. Creates a window. It'll put it in the middle of the screen. Move it to wherever you want. I'll keep track of anything you want. I do recommend SCADA over Recount for the reason that you can have multiple windows open at the same time. Simple as that. Alright, let's move on to my buffs. Buff add-on that I have is Citrina Buff Frame. So to pull that up, it's SPF options. Now, I'm pretty sure that the creator of SPF has stopped making updates for it, which might pose a problem going into MOP. I might have to switch to a different buff add-on, but for now, this is what I'm using. Alright, so you got buff and debuff frames. Obviously, buffs you want to show buffs, debuffs you want to show debuffs. I'm not sure why you want to show both. But yeah, and make sure that interactive is clicked on so you can right click off a buff. Make sure that's enabled. Because when I first used this, it wasn't, and I couldn't click off a buff that I needed to click off, and I ended up wiping a raid. It was fun. Then I found that hasn't happened since. Alright. So layout, number of buffs over here. It starts off with something like 10 or 12 or something low like that. Just make it a large number so you can always see all your buffs, and none of them will just be hidden from you. And the buff spacing all the way on the right here I go with is -4x. It just makes them closer together with not as much spacing between them. So if I go like 0 like that, I don't like the way that looks. It just looks too big for my liking, so I just shrink it down so they're nice and clumped together and there's not much space in between them. Obviously buffs per column, you only want one. Anchor point to the right because it's on the right of my screen. If you want it to the left, it'd be over here. If you want it on the left of your screen, stuff like that. Icons, show the icon, switch the icon size. That makes the icons obviously larger or smaller. Timers, pretty much just find the style that you like. I go with Blizzard style too. You can go with regular Blizzard style or minutes, seconds, just seconds. It's really up to you, whatever you want. Omni CC style. I was using Blizzard style, the original Blizzard style, but I honestly, this is a real pet peeve, I didn't like how far away the minute or second was from the number. So I went with Blizzard 2. It just made it closer. It's just a pet peeve of mine. I don't know why. Don't crucify me for it. I just like stuff to be close together. I don't like spaces in between. Counts, bars, don't need all of that. Alright, and yeah, and once you find out the setup you want, just make sure your debuffs is the same as your buffs, and try to line it up as best you can. Alright, now on to my casting bar add-on, which is Quartz. Quartz is literally one of the best casting bar add-ons there is. So let me toggle my bars on. So I have player, target, and my focus. I'll focus myself so you guys can see. I have focus target on too, or targeted focus, or whatever. Yeah, you can move them wherever you want. Obviously, wherever you have your unit frame set up. Easiest way for me, I did have at one point my focus frame to the right of my target frame, and I had my target over here on top of it. But when I had to interrupt stuff, I would not always see the target cast because it was too far off to the right for my liking. So I just moved the target cast bar into the middle so I never miss what anything is casting now, and I move my focus on top because before it was way out of the way. So you can make target focus macros, stuff like that. So if you have to interrupt, like Enhanced Shamans had to do early in Kata with Halphus. I loved Halphus. So you can do that easily, and a whole bunch of options on the side. They got like a swing timer or like the GCD. I don't see the need to use those. A couple people like them. They like to know when their GCD is off cooldown or when they're swinging. It's not that important to me. Where's player? Alright, player. For all the cast bars, they all have these options. The texture of them, what kind of border you want, the font size, height, width, all that crap. Just figure out which one you like and the settings that you like and the ones that go along with your UI. And I swear to God, once you set it up the way you like it, it's absolutely amazing. You will never go back to another cast bar add-on probably ever again. Okay, I just wanted to make sure I had the right font picked for that. Alright, no, but yeah, Quartz 3, one of the best add-ons in the game, in my personal opinion. Beats the hell out of the Blizzard UI cast bar, or like you saw Domino's came with a cast bar that I hid because I had this. it serves kind of the same purpose, but it's not nearly as customizable as Quartz is. So highly recommend Quartz. 2 big thumbs up for me. Probably will never go and use another Casper add-on unless Quartz stops getting updated, which I really hope not, because then I'd be screwed. Alright, now from Quartz we go to Power Ores. Let me get rid of my focus and /POWA for Power Ores. Now, the Power Ore you mostly see, if you guys are watching my stream constantly, is my Maelstrom weapon stacks. I got this set up from an Enhanced Shaman whose blog I followed quite a bit back in Wrath. His name is Red Mist. I'm not sure if anyone still knows him. He played on EU servers, so you guys might have not heard of him. But I know a lot of shamans just like use like one thing with like the stacks, the stack counter on it. I don't like that because I'm more of a visual guy, and if I have to actually read how many stacks I have of the Maelstrom weapon proc, I probably wouldn't catch it as good as if I had actually 4 individual, or 5 if you count when it procs the 5th, but 4 individual timers, or, you know, each one is a stack, obviously. And if you guys want to set it up this way, I'll show you how to do it. Just pick whichever icon you want. There's a whole shitload of them. Honestly, too many to even try to go through. If you guys want, I will go more in depth on how to set it up this way. If you want, leave comments in this section below, like I said before, and I'll get around to it if enough people want to see it. Alright, so just put the name of the buff or whatever. In this case, it's Maelstrom. And for the first one, you need stacks greater than 0, because it'll last 1 through 5. Because if you do stacks equals 1, it'll show up for 1, but as soon as you get that second stack, it'll go away. So just make sure you set them all like that, and the last one equals 5. Really, really simple. And if you want the timer to know exactly how long you have left on Maelstrom, you want that off the first, because then it'll always be there, it will never change, and you know when it's going to drop off. Or if you have like, if you're stuck at like 3 Maelstrom weapon stacks and it's falling off, you can cast it to actually get some kind of use out of it. Right, and the only other, I have 2 more actually. This one is my Unleash Flame buff, where if I cache Unleash Elements, it's not going to show up obviously, because I have Power Ores open, and I'm an idiot. That'll pop up. It'll let me know how long I have to cast Flame Shock or Fire Nova to increase my fire damage. Just a little something I like to know, so I can figure out how many more moves I can fit in until that runs off and I have to use it. Also, just something I like to know, I have this for my landslide enchant. So if I like have that procced and my wolves are up, I'll pop my wolves, so they get a little more attack power. It's not really needed, it's just something I like to see pulsate in the middle of my screen. It makes me feel important. But yeah, I'm not going to go too in depth because I said this is going to be, I'm going to try to do it as quick as I can, and not talk for a hell of a long time. Another add-on, my bag add-on, it is Bagon. Just puts it all into one bag. Also, another type of add-on that's like that is one bag. Same crap. I've just been using Bagon ever since Lich King. Whole bunch of add-ons, whole bunch of settings to enable. One thing I do suggest, if you do get Bagon, there is a option somewhere for the guild bank. Disable that, because it sucks. I'm looking for it right now. I can't find it because I'm an idiot, but disable that, because you cannot access everything in the guild bank if you have that enabled with Bagon. So if you have Bagon, disable the guild bank frame. Once again, can't find it. Not going to stress over it. Settings, frame color, border color, all that stuff. Pretty much same crap every add-on has. And that's it for that. And one more thing before I go over my unit frame. TipTech, which is my tooltip add-on. You'll see I'm hovering over my name, and it is in the bottom right corner of my screen, practically right above my healing SCADA frame. Very customizable add-on / TipTech. I just like it better than the Blizzard UI. Blizzard UI tooltip gives you a lot more options. Too many for me to go over right now. You can pick the gradient of it, what you exactly want to show in it. There's a whole mess of options. You just have to mess around with it. See what you like, if you want it to show in combat or not. Dominoes has that option too, by the way. Enable tooltip. Oh crap, wrong one. Huh. Dominoes. Show tooltips in combat. I don't like showing my tooltips in combat because it takes away part of my screen, so I disable that. So if you have both of those, just make sure they're both disabled to cover your butt. Alright, that's TipTech. And my unit frame add-on. Know a lot of people use Xpearl. I use Xpearl in the beginning of Lich King, and then switched over to Pitbull. It is like a godsend. It is the most customizable unit frames I've ever come across, but also one of the most confusing. It has so many options, more than any other add-on that I've ever come across. Whole mess of options for anything you could possibly think of. Bars, power bar, the blank space, which is where my name is right now. Cast bar, which I have disabled. Health bar, obviously my health. Choose the textures, what kind of font you want. The power bar, which is mana, energy, rage, runic power. I think that's it. I might be missing one. Not too sure. Indicators, which is pretty much the icons that show up around your unit frame if you're flagged for PvP. If you're in combat with the little two crossing swords. If you're the leader of a party. If you have rest, you can have all of those, or none of them, whichever you want. The text, whichever text you want, that'll show up in all of the frames. Auras. Auras stands for buffs and debuffs. Not sure why they don't call it buffs and debuffs, but that's what it is. Layout I have, as you obviously see, my buffs are on the bottom of mine, and if I have debuffs shown on the top, going from right to left and up. Debuff layout. Alright, top right on top, left then up. So it starts here, goes this way. When it gets full, it just adds another line, column, row. There we go. Adds another row. And your debuffs show bigger or show larger than your party or raid debuffs on the target. So if you want, or if you'd like, you can keep track of your debuffs up there, or if you have add-ons to track debuffs like warlocks or any dot class, or if you have Omni CC, the dots will be, if you have it targeted, your dots will be counting down in the action bars. And a whole bunch of options for the buffs and debuffs. Other, I actually don't use anything in other, but yeah, that's Pitbull. And what was I gonna say? Oh, same thing with power orders. If you guys want a more in-depth look at Pitbull, let me know in the comments below. I'll be more than happy to make a quick, not a quick video obviously, but a video on that, showing you step by step how to set it up as best you can. Alright, and one more thing before I end this. What is that called? Titan panel on the top of my screen. Just has a few quick things of information. How much gold I have, bags, your durability, your latency, where you are. All the built-ins are right here. Bag, clock, which is on the right side, your goal, location, what kind of loot type you have, XP per hour, which I turn off on my cap tunes. I have on my lower alts, or when map comes out I'll have that on, so I know approximately how long I'll have to level, because it will tell you that. Like if you're questing or doing dungeons, it'll let you know approximately how long at that rate you have to level. It's either like 2 hours, 2 minutes, 5 hours left to level. It'll let you know, so you approximately know when you level, if you'd like to plan stuff out like that. Just a nice little feature I like for the XP. Alright, I think that is it. Let me just go to my interface, just make sure I didn't miss anything. For the cosmetics anyway. Omni CC Pitbull Quartz. Oh, range colors. You can download that. If you're out of range of something, it'll, let me run away from this. It'll read it out. Like you see, my Stormstrike and Lava Lash is out of range. I go closer, it lights up. Simple. Also, why you whispering me? Something you don't need, but you can use: scrolling combat text. This might sound funny, but the Blizzard combat text is more than enough. This is just a little more customizable. You can move stuff to where you want it to be. But the main reason I have this is for one of the font options, SCT Emblem. That's the font I have for my chat. I just like the way it looks, and I think that's the type I have up here too. I would also have that for my uniframes, but it's too big, so I can't use it there. But whenever I can, I use that font, just because it looks better if it's not too big in a small spot. Just because I like the way it looks. That's really the main reason why I have scrolling combat text. But you can see you can turn on or off all of this crap. Too much to go through. If you want to set up exactly how mine is, you can pause the video on this, copy it exactly. If you watch my stream, you know how my stuff scrolls down. So my damage comes down on my right, and I don't even know, because I really don't even... It's been so long since I've set this up. But yeah, that's why I have scrolling combat text, pretty much just for that one font. Sexy map. Tidy plates. My nameplate add-on. Let me do that before I sign off. Not gonna go to any... Alright, so this is tidy plates. You see, it's just a nameplate add-on with a whole bunch of different skins. If you're a DPS, you do want to go with threat plates. Because if you don't have threat, it'll be green. If you're high on threat, it'll be yellow. And if you have threat, you go, oh shit, because it's red, and you better stop. There's other things you can use if you like frickin' lure errors. Any of these skins, if you like those better. I just like threat plates because it's bigger. Neon... None, which doesn't make any sense. Just pick whichever one you prefer. I just like threat plates because it's nice and big, nice and bright, clear to see if you have threat on something or not, and you can customize it from there. I don't use these either. Yeah, alright, so that's my nameplate add-on. And that's the last add-on I have for my UI. So, that is Cow's UI, everyone. I hope you like this video. I said it before, I'll let you guys know again. If you have any questions at all, any comments, any inquiries, any criticism, constructive criticism, let me know in the comments below. Just also make sure those of you watching this already watched my stream, but any of you new people who are just fans of Enhancement Shamans or Shamans in general, I stream on twitch.tv/Cowshammy practically every night. every now and then I'll take a break for a night. Usually on Mondays, because there's generally nothing for me to do, and I just take that night off. Also follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/Cowshammy, or Facebook. That's facebook.com/Cowshammy. And also subscribe to me on YouTube, Cowshammy1988. So Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. Make sure you check all of those out. This has been a blast. Hopefully you guys liked this video. And hopefully I didn't talk for too long, because I did not set my timer. I wanted to, but I totally forgot. Alright, I think I'm done talking. Yep, I'm done talking. Alright. Thanks you guys for watching. Hopefully see you guys in my stream. See you later.